Thank you so much for speaking with me. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for speaking with me.
Of course. So, first of all, Loki is absolutely incredible. I love the show. I love your role. And your character goes all the way back to the 60s with, I believe it's Avengers like number 23 or 24, something like that. Were you aware, I mean, ahead of before you stepped into the role of your character and her very long history with the Avengers?
I wasn't aware, and I think it was great for me when I first spoke to Kate Herron about Loki and about the part. It was sort of a voyage of discovery, really, for me, and learning how she fits into the show. I think that we are looking at this as sort of her origin story. So, a lot of what we see of Renslayer in Loki is, predating what goes on in the top comics. So that was kind of fun for me because it gave me a bit of more freedom to sort of create the TVA version of Renslayer, but also knowing that there is so much scope for her to go to other places in the future.
Yeah, and the difference, I mean, so far that I've seen is obviously so here for the TVA, you are a judge, where that is new to this character, in other words. So did that, and it kind of builds off of your prior answer, did that help to give you some freedom with the character, knowing that this is, something, a fresh, unique take on her?
Yeah, absolutely. And it was great fun for me to be able to play, a character with gravitas and power. That's not something that I've really played in my career before, like a judge in this big sort of bureaucratic world. So it was sort of a departure for me, but also knowing that she had a military background, that she'd worked her way up, that she was an ambitious woman in the TVA. I just kind of thought it was a cool sort of starting point for a character, whatever sacrifices that she's made along the way. I thought it would be really interesting.
Yeah, I absolutely love your portrayal of her. And I've got to ask, as an actor, did you ever imagine that you would be in this ginormous, 30 plus, film and TV franchise universe?
No, not really. I mean, it's so much fun, and I pinch myself every day that this is what I do for a living. I think back to my sort of 5-year-old self or my 8-year-old self that always loved playing pretend and loved acting and dancing and putting on plays, and the fact that I get to do this with a much beloved universe, and such a popular franchise as the Marvel franchise is a real treat.
As I'm a huge Marvel nerd, and I feel like I would want to talk to people about what I'm working on, but like I guess in your case you kind of can't. Isn't it killing you, or are you just like?
I mean, it's funny. I have to say, I am not the biggest Marvel nerd. Like, hand on heart, this is a new sort of venture for me. So in a way, that goes to my advantage in that respect. In that I sort of, I'm an actor and I'm playing this role, but I'm not like nerding out or stressing out about needing to spill the beans because we've signed so many NDAs as well. Of keeping the secrecy of these shows is so integral to a lot of the surprises that we have along the way. So I feel like that has played to my advantage. Not knowing everything about the universe has meant that I don't have to feel too stressed about telling everybody everything.
Right. Yeah, that and the NDAs always help
Yes.
too. So, are you looking? Are you? I've seen the first two episodes, but is there? And you might not even be able to say this. So, is there a future for your character in the broader MCU world?
We shall see.
Okay.
I think, things definitely get richer and more intense for Renslayer as the show goes on, in further episodes. So we'll see. I think things are left, well, I won't say how things are left, but things could really go anywhere for her, after this. So yeah, watch this space.
I love it. And finally, for as an actor, how has this, going from kind of one extreme to another in regards to a role like this, how is it challenging for you as an actor to kind of, well, I'll let you tell me.
How is it challenging to play Renslayer as opposed to other roles?
So like in your previous roles, as you had mentioned, they're not, this is a kind of whole new character in many aspects. How is that, as a challenge for you? And is there a preference in, I like these kind of huge blockbuster sort of roles versus like more character study sort of things?
Well, I mean, I like variety. I think that's the thing for me. I like to be challenged. I like to sort of have fresh ideas and fresh perspectives on storytelling. So for me, I try not to limit myself in terms of types or genres. I think the most fun thing is to be able to feel sort of stimulated and excited for what you're working on now. And often for me, that's like doing something contrasting to what I just did, and coming off of something like The Morning Show or, a film I did, Misbehavior, a British independent film, to do something in the MCU is obviously a world away in many respects. But everything I do, I think, is a character study. I'm always creating a person, and the world they're in aside, you try to make the human you're portraying real in the moments and in the relationships that they have, even if the world they inhabit is very heightened. You still have to be grounded in your character.
I love that answer. Thank you so much for speaking with me. I can't wait for everybody to dive into Loki and see your incredible work and the work of everybody on the team and the crew. And I can't wait to get further into the season. So thank you so much.
Thank you.